So I'm gonna try it. Hey guys, so I'm starting off with the rub for the pastrami. I used some black peppercorn, coarse black pepper, some salt, mustard powder, ground coriander, garlic powder, brown sugar, and I think I used some paprika. And then here I'm just patting down the corned beef. I soaked it in water for about a day just to really dry out that extra salt that was used during the brining process. And then I just kind of brushed it with some mustard just so that rub can pretty much stick to the brisket once I ended up smoking it. I would suggest in the future that just to use like a blender or a food processor just to make sure that those peppercorns really get kind of broken down. Learn from my mistakes. So I flipped it over just so I can apply the other side of the rub before smoking it. So I'm just applying some more mustard and I'm gonna add the rest of that rub everywhere also. All right, so I'm using some applewood smoking chips just to smoke the pastrami on the grill. I don't have a smoker, so I have to make my own little makeshift smoker. And then here it is smoking for about 4 hours. I'm probably gonna add some bone beef broth and then let it smoke a little bit more. Bone beef broth has a lot of flavor and 10 out of 10 would recommend. All right, so I'm gonna start working on the sandwich now. I'm gonna caramelize some onions with some toasted garlic, and then I'm gonna add it to these little cute bagel thins that I bought from Target. They were like $3. 10 out of 10 would recommend also. They're like a good substitute if you don't like the thick piece of bread and all the carbs that come with like normal bagels. Oof, look at the color. I truly do love caramelized onions on anything. I think I can eat them on almost pretty much any sandwich or burger. I can honestly probably eat them plain. That's how much I love caramelized onions. All right, so I chopped some parsley and some garlic, and I'm adding some butter so I can kind of toast and warm that bagel thin for the sandwich. I thought it would add some really good depth of flavor to the sandwich to kind of really balance out some of the sweet notes from the pastrami rub. All right, so I ended up steaming it. As you can see, I kind of ate like half of it earlier because that's how good it was. Um, you can kind of see there, like after I steamed it, some of the rub came off. But you know, you live and you learn. So you can see how juicy it is. Oh my fucking god, it was so good. I was eating it the entire day, and I gave some of my neighbors some too, and they really liked it. So. Yeah, I'm just really chopping it up and cutting it so that I can make a sandwich. I don't know if you can see all that detail and the moisture from it, but it was really a moist piece of brisket. The steaming and the smoking really added a lot of flavor. Okay, well, I don't know if you all saw it from the last video, but trust me, I got you all. This was a really good piece of meat. It was really moist after smoking it for about 6 to 8 hours, and then steaming it for like the last 30 minutes in my oven too, because it got dark and I didn't feel like staying on my rooftop. But yeah, like you can see, like I started off with a whole piece of corned beef, and now I have like a fourth of it. That's how amazing it was. And then in this video, I'm gonna start making the sandwich. I know a lot of people hate American cheese. I don't know why, but I had American cheese on my pastrami sandwich in Manhattan at Katz, and it was the best thing I've ever put in my mouth before. So I'm just assembling the meat now so I can kind of broil it in the oven and kind of just toast that cheese without drying out the pastrami. All right, so I'm adding the mustard to that toasted piece of bagel that I had, and then I am gonna add my caramelized onions. Just really look how amazing it is. Like, I do not know why people do not like caramelized onions. It's such a hidden gem. All right, so the moment of truth is here. My cheese just got done toasting. I'm gonna start adding it to the sandwich and then add maybe like one more topping to it. And then we're gonna dig in. Alrighty, so I'm gonna add some giardiniera peppers to finish this sandwich off, because would I really be from Chicago if I didn't add giardiniera peppers to everything? Overall, I used this corned beef brisket from Jewel's. It was about $30. And it really just cut the time process for making pastrami in like half. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend using corned beef over using like a piece of brisket from scratch. Let me know if you all like it.